coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Lombardi Leap, here with Mersey FB. Let's talk about a letdown at Lambeau Field. 16-13, Packers lose at home. The only thing that was good about this game, I felt like, was the throwbacks.
Good uniforms. The loss sucked to watch.
Frustrating play.
We've just been shooting ourselves in the foot. We're beating ourselves more than the other teams are beating us, at least on offense. The defense tried their best. They limited to 16 points, which is like at least semi-functional offense, enough to win.
I put an asterisk next to that 16 points because there was a big play where the Panthers caught us with just kind of caught us confused, and that was the one where Tet just had a drop on a clear touchdown.
Yeah.
So I mean that could have easily been 14-6, and then interceptions are just a fluky thing, especially when it's especially when it's a red zone interception like Xavier McKinney got. A great interception. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but I don't want a defense to live and die by whether or not they get an interception. And today they couldn't stop the run. But we'll get into that. I think we'll probably have a lot to talk about on the offensive side of the ball. So I think we should really kind of talk about that first. I mean, how many times did we get the ball? Did we only get the ball 5 times?
It felt like it. I know. I think we got the ball more. We got the ball more than 5 times.
We didn't punt.
We didn't punt. There was the fumble on the opening drive.
That's right. So 6 times?
Oh.
And then we turned it over on downs, right? On 4th down?
It was fumble, I think field goal, missed
field goal.
Or no, turnover on downs, missed field goal.
So we probably had 7 trips. We had 5 trips inside the 25 and just 1 touchdown. That's inexcusable.
This is where we're going to have a bit more of a nuanced discussion, not only about Matt LaFleur, but about the offensive coordinator or just coordinators in general, because another point, Rich Bisaccia stealing money from the organization, should not have a job anymore.
Neither should Adam Stenovich or Butkus.
Yeah, I think it's another week where our offenses just seem to come into the game unprepared.
First half play calling, game plan, whatever you want to call it, it's so bland.
I really, really want to figure it out or need someone to tell me what happened between the last half of 2023 and last season to now, where there's such the huge disparity in play calling. Yes, I could see how it could be with personnel and that Reed went down and Watson is coming back, so there's kind of a shakeup there. But I just don't. The offense seems to have taken a step back.
I think it's a square peg into a round hole kind of a thing right now. That's what I think.
They can't block the run, and they keep trying to force these run plays.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the big issue, and that's because Matt LaFleur is part of the Shanahan
tree,
coaching tree, and they want to run the ball, and you can run the ball if you have a mediocre quarterback. And there are 2 issues with that, like you said. 1, we can't run block. This offensive line is built for pass blocking, and 2, we don't have a mediocre quarterback.
We have a great quarterback.
We have a great
laid
quarterback.
An egg tonight, even though he had over 250 passing yards.
I mean, I don't fully place the blame on Jordan Love, because Jordan Love,
the interception was bad, and then that 4th down play was really, really funny and weird. But aside from that, he had an okay game.
It was just a weird play call too on that 4th down.
Yeah, no one was open, and he was just kind of running for his life.
Yeah, just take the points. Literally, just take the points there. Kicking controversy.
I think it's time for Havrisik to have the reins here and kind of give McManus time to get his confidence back in practice.
I don't think he's healthy.
Probably not. Even when the kicks he did make, he was hooking them a little bit to the left.
Yeah, I don't think he's healthy. And I mean, special teams does nothing on this team, at all whatsoever. They do nothing. Special teams does nothing well again. There are a couple times where, well, I shouldn't say that. Daniel Whelan does stuff when he's out there and he does well. Daniel Whelan is our best special teams player by far, and that's the only good thing about special teams right now. And our backup substitute teacher kicker.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That formation penalty that Bullard got should never have happened because again, he should be
Nope.
coached. They should be properly coached for this.
It's not that hard.
It's
Like
really not hard.
Bullard is year 2. Like, what is your special teams coordinator doing
Mhm.
besides not helping you manage the clock like he's supposed to?
That's another thing. I saw a point earlier where someone mentioned LaFleur is a great play designer. He is not a great play caller and game manager.
No.
Situationally, he could improve like the 2-minute drill. He just was letting time bleed off the clock, which resulted, I think, we didn't score. I think we got a field goal out of it maybe.
Yeah. But it's still, you're running it, you're not calling a timeout. And again, I feel like we weren't using Tucker Craft again, even though he's just, again, this is horrible, but Tucker Craft probably tore his ACL.
Prayers up for
Most
him.
likely
He
out
can
for the
have
rest of the
my
year.
knee if he wants. I'll donate my ligaments.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give him both my knees. But prior to Tucker Craft getting hurt, they weren't like, he talked to Matt LaFleur, talked about, I should really game plan for him, and then does the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Doesn't really involve him. Christian Watson had an awesome deep shot.
Well, they tried it again, and then Love just didn't put enough on it.
Well, yeah, I think the wind played a factor in that too as well.
Probably.
But I mean, even that though, like, you don't have to get Watson involved on a deep shot every single time just to get him involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same for Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden left with a shoulder injury because they're treating him like he's Alan Lazard.
He got crushed on that screen pass, and that's what
Yeah.
after that he went out with the shoulder injury. I think like he does his best work over the middle and getting open over the middle, which then would allow him to use like the yards after catch or get some yards after catch with his 4.29 speed.
Which he was good at Texas.
That's what he made his money at Texas because that's all Quinn could throw. But when you look at what he did at Houston, he was way more dynamic down the field and everything. It just, you have to get him going. And I think with the injuries that are kind of piling up at receiver, now is probably the time for it. If he can shake off the shoulder injury.
They're just going to stick him in the slot, though. That's the issue. I'm hoping Wicks comes back.
Mm-hmm. It's about time he should come back.
Yeah. I mean, he should be back. I'd imagine Wicks should be back for the Eagles game. And Reed, it sounds like they want Reed back for Thanksgiving
Okay.
against the Lions, which makes perfect sense there. My issue, so I have kind of like a three-prong. Here's my 3 biggest issues with the offense. First one is that I don't think Jordan Morgan should play at right guard. He plays fine. He got dog walked a couple of times. He's mediocre at being a right guard. He's not, but overall, he doesn't belong on the right side. He belongs on the left side. That's where he should stay. He should compete with Rasheed Walker. And in fact, I think we've reached again, I've said this before, Rasheed Walker isn't doing anything special out there. And I think Jordan Morgan will play as good as, if not even better than Rasheed Walker at left guard or at left tackle.
I agree with you there.
My second point is that this offense is geared for passing. The offensive line is geared for passing. You have a bunch of dynamic wide receivers who are meant for passing. Okay, so let's pass the ball and put it in the hands of your quarterback, not the running back. I love Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, great running back. But if that's what you're going to rely on, it's going to make sense why our passing game is stagnant. My third thing is that you need to get your elite players involved more. And that is Watson and Golden. Those are your elite players now. That's it. And if you're not, and I know Matt LaFleur's like, well, that's not.
And Jacobs,
coverage,
but the run game isn't functional, so you need Watson and
Yeah.
Golden to open up space for the run game to work.
There was a play today where like Romeo Doubs isn't the most overly athletic player, and so he got pushed out of bounds by a cornerback, and he's trying to draw a flag. Like, dude, go watch your quarterback. Quit worrying about the refs. Go make a play on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just give up and quit. I got 3 other guys who were trying to make a play. Like, what are you doing, man? So that was probably that really frustrated me. Like, so those are really my 3 qualms with the offense: is get your elite players involved, run the passing game because that's what you should be, and put Jordan Morgan where he belongs.
Yeah, I think too. It's like Love has shown that he can play at a high level. Let him play at a high level.
And if an extra interception comes here and there, so what?
Yeah, It's like
Like,
he plays between Brett Favre and Rodgers, and sometimes he's a little more Favre than Rodgers, but like he's still gonna get 200 or like almost 300 passing yards a game with multiple touchdowns. Just let him do that. I think they're gonna have to
yeah.
figure out what they're gonna do at tight end in Tucker Craft's absence. Hopefully, they'll figure out what to do with Luke.
I mean, he's your tight end one, and if he can't block well, you're gonna have to pass more.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah, Tucker Craft could run block very well, but unfortunately, we're like 90% sure it's an ACL based on what took place and everything that happened. So
Hmm.
we'll wait for that to get confirmed. But again, I feel like it's going to come out ACL injury. So that's what I'm anticipating here. They have Fitzpatrick. He's a he's like poor man's Tucker Craft. You know,
He's a good blocker, but don't know how good he's going to be in the receiving game.
yeah, he's an okay wide receiver. Like not like there is some yak ability there. So great value Tucker Craft is kind of what Fitzpatrick reminds me of. And then there is Josh Wiley on the practice squad. He was from Tennessee and he was fine too as well in the passing game, just all around too. So I mean, I'm not overly worried about the tight end thing. It just I'm worried about Tucker Craft and his injury because he's so dynamic. We've talked about how much he's a top 3 tight end. And then somebody joked too and said, "Oh, Messiah Swinson's going to be back for like the 50th time." Which I could see, to be honest.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
Probably back on the practice squad. That's what I anticipate. And somebody also said, well, we should sign Mercedes Lewis off the Broncos practice squad literally tomorrow.
Yeah, just for blocking.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do there.
The offense is fundamentally broken, and they'll
Yeah.
need to find a way to fix it quickly, or else the Eagles game is going to get real ugly real quickly.
How would you fix it?
How would I fix it?
Yeah, how would you fix it?
Okay. I would, at the first couple games of the season, you saw a lot of pre-snap motion and moving, and kind of you're using that to diagnose the defenses. You're figuring out what they're doing. Then there was also a lot of crossing routes over the middle. I would start targeting the middle of the field more often.
Yeah, because they didn't really do that. They don't do that at all. I think part of the reason why is because Golden is in the slot now too. Is why they don't do that.
Yeah. I would also pretty much throw out whatever Matt LaFleur has for the screen game. It's just not working anymore and entirely too predictable when they go into short yardage situation.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of yeah, I think that's kind of a big thing there.
I would also replace Stenovich.
Yeah. I do think that will happen in the offseason, though. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, if they don't win it all, they would. But if they win it all, they might have some reason to keep him. But that probably won't happen.
Well, if they win it all, I think he'll get hired away.
Oh, good. You can have him.
So I think I'd say there's like a 65% chance Stenovich is gone in the offseason.
Okay.
So, I mean, recapping just the offense issues. I mean, you got to get better in the red zone. Matt LaFleur has to do something about his game plan and play calling here to get better and actually trust Jordan Love to be the quarterback we need him to be, as well as let the offensive line do what it's best at, pass block a little bit more, just a little bit more, please. And then get your elite players, which moving forward, that's going to be Watson and Golden, the ball a lot, please, on different looks. And I want to talk about defense now because everybody, like you said, well, they only gave up 16 points. They also gave up 130 yards and 2 touchdowns to Rico, who we said was going to be one of, like, you want to win the game, you got to stop him.
Yeah, he was all you had to stop to win the game and then force Bryce Young to beat you. And we couldn't do that. I also think that against their beat up offensive line, our pass rushers did very little. Like our pass rush did nothing. I will say too, there were a couple like blatant holds on the Panthers that weren't just getting called, and so I think that they got away with a lot.
I mean, I expect the refs to not be good at reffing at this point, but if you're looking at this defensive line, one of the most important aspects of this Halfley scheme is getting that interior pressure.
I pointed that out a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
when
you did.
Wyatt went down, and you just saw what happened.
100%, you did. And I know Colby Wooden left with an injury, but he wasn't doing much before that anyways. He's kind of had it. He's, quote-unquote, fell back to earth when people were singing his praises against Arizona. Was not good last game. I felt like he was even worse this game. Carl Brooks doesn't pair well with Devontae Wyatt. And Warren Brinson was inactive after he was limited all week, right?
Right. So they probably did that just for his own health, just so that he didn't make himself worse. But Brooks is not someone you pair with Wyatt. Out of
Too
the
small.
what? How many do we have on the roster? 4, 5 defensive tackles?
There's
5.
Wyatt, Wooden, Brinson, Brooks,
Stack.
and Stackhouse.
Okay. Out of the 5 that we have, 3 are primarily pass rushers, 2 are run defenders.
And one doesn't, and the one of the run defenders is kind of wishy washy at anchoring.
Yeah. You can't pairing Wyatt and Brooks is like, I'm gonna use the Batman and Robin analogy here. Brooks or Wyatt's your Batman. Brooks is trying to be Batman, but isn't as good of a run defender as Wyatt, and is less and is kind of subpar as a pass rusher when comparing the two. And he's trying to do too much, and he's not really holding the point of attack, which you need to do as a defensive tackle next to a good pass rusher like Wyatt.
Yeah.
If you got someone like Tavondre Sweat, who apparently has been in trade conversations, and you put him next to Wyatt, then the defensive line will function because you'll have someone holding the point of attack, and Wyatt can move forward and get the interior pressure that they like.
And he can eat a double team.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Getting a bigger defensive tackle that can anchor and really keep the point of attack there and eat those double teams. I mean, that's only going to help Micah Parsons. It's going to help Devontae Wyatt. That's going to help Rashawn Gary. Because right now, I don't think really anybody is afraid of our defensive line as much as they could be. And so that's kind of having a ripple effect against rushing the passer. And on the flip side of that, too, you know what also helps your
corner who can cover?
Yeah.
One more defensive line thing. I know they try their best with Micah just lining him up all over the defensive line. They were struggling to generate pressure with 4, and I mean, it's Bryce Young with an injured ankle back there, so I don't know why they didn't start, especially when they were rushing with Brooks and Wyatt, why they weren't running more stunts or twists.
I mean, I thought Cooper had a good game.
Cooper did well. Quay didn't play as well.
Quay did not play as well.
There was just, man, Keyshawn Nixon makes me physically upset to watch.
No, well, here's my issue with that, too. Is like they'll bench Nate Hobbs, okay? Which
they'll bench Carrington Valentine.
Yeah, but they won't bench Keyshawn Nixon, who played horrible the week before and then played bad the week before that. Like, Keyshawn Nixon literally has not had a good game since the Commanders against Noah Brown.
Yeah. Also, it's really annoying me when he'll commit a blatant penalty and then he'll look up at the board with like this puzzled look at his face like you didn't just do that, and it's like own it and move on. He just seems to refuse to do that.
Keyshawn Nixon has it in his mind that he's a top 10 corner when he's not even a functional starter. Like that's the reality of it. Which great, I love the confidence, man. But guess what? It's not there.
Carrington Valentine played well.
Carrington Valentine, yeah. I mean, minus the one
where that was just a better catch by McMillan. McMillan just was like, I have stronger hands than you, which is true.
It is true. So, and that's who Keyshawn, and that's who Valentine is. Like, he's never been a ball hawk guy.
No. But I thought he played really well. He had a shot to break that up, but McMillan was just a stronger receiver in the moment, so you can't really blame him. Valentine was playing that just about as well as he could have.
And then on the missed touchdown, which was on Hobbs, like, I don't blame Hobbs for that because they were having trouble relaying the call. And again, watching Nate Hobbs out there, I'm leaning more towards what I said in like the last episode of I think there is residual effects from the knee injury. And I think the biggest thing is he's not acclimated to this defense. And there's just gaps in his understanding, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were times there where he recovered and he, like, the athleticism is somewhat there, but there's still a little bit, like the knee thing I'm a little bit worried about. But it's just the IQ and the understanding is just it is lacking there. And I think that's evident. If the Packers don't go out and get a defensive tackle or a cornerback, I mean, at the very least, you have to get a cornerback. You know, I think you're wasting the first round pick that you spent on Micah Parsons.
They have to make a move. It's just like you said to me earlier today. They're barely a playoff team right now with this corner group, like they'll lose in the playoffs with this corner group.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to make a move in order to try and become that actual true contender in multiple spots of this offense.
While other contenders are making moves, like keep that in mind. Other contenders are making moves. Everybody has our reservations about Jair Alexander, and I think they're rightly so. But for those of you who don't know, Jair Alexander was traded to the
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, so we'll see him back at Lambeau Field on Monday night against the Eagles. So you have these teams who are in contention, who believe they're like one or two pieces away, and I believe the Eagles are going to trade for a pass rusher too. So we're going to be facing off against a new pass rusher that's going to be on the Eagles here.
What, you don't have faith in Brandon Graham?
No, I do not have faith in 50, 60-year-old Brandon Graham. He is nowhere near
I think
Calais
he's 35.
He's definitely no Calais Campbell, to say the least. When it comes to Packers, we'll get him.
You'd hope.
I'd do that. So
Brandon Graham is 37.
My goodness, that's insane.
Born in 1988.
So they had to call him out of retirement just so he could play, and that was after Zadarius Smith retired.
Mm-hmm.
So and we'll get to our Eagles. We'll the Eagles review will come out. The Eagles preview will come out on Friday. I am looking for. I should say this. I don't know.
Tuesday
if
will be interesting. I will.
Yeah.
If it gets to like 1:00 and we haven't made a move, I'm gonna start questioning more what we're doing, or just if LaFleur has said, "Hey, I figured my stuff out. Don't worry." Then the defense still has the same holes, but they're just hoping the offense can score.
Yeah, I think that's I agree with you. I would have some serious questions about how much this Packers team wants to win. This Packers organization wants to win. Like I know it looks like they want to win with Micah Parsons, and that would tell you that. But you're still missing one or two pieces. That on the defensive side of the ball is going to help the offense. The only thing that's going to help the offense, there are two things that would help the offense, I should say. First thing is Matt LaFleur, better game plan and play calling. And then trading for a guard.
A guard / center, yeah. But installing a new center mid-season is a little difficult.
Yeah, that's why I would probably trade for a guard. Like, I know they talked about Cesar Ruiz a couple times. He's back. He's still available from my understanding of it, so we'll see. Like, maybe you can swap him for Sean Ryan. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all whatsoever. They're both on expiring deals.
I thought Cesar Ruiz got hurt.
Oh, he's back. He did get hurt.
Back. Oh,
yeah, but he is back. He's back. So I would trade for him. And then when it comes to like cornerback, I mean, I've really warmed up to Cam Taylor-Britt a lot more. I don't think he's a scheme fit for the Bengals. I think he'd be a better scheme fit for here because kind of based on what he did in Nebraska as well as his first couple of years in the league.
They lost today, so DJ Turner could be available too.
Yeah, they did lose today. So I mean, if we can get DJ Turner, I'd do DJ Turner tomorrow. I don't really want Ward though. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love trading for Denzel Ward from the Browns. But I don't think that he gets moved.
I wouldn't be upset about it, but I just don't think he's a long-term solution. If you're trading for Denzel Ward, you have him for the rest of the year, and then you'd probably release him post June 1st, and then you'd still have to draft a corner. So you're kind of looking to someone where you don't have to draft a corner, and then you can just draft where you think you can shore up a position. So
all offensive line, no.
Also probably would end up being corner anyway, but
it would be. So I think check on DJ Turner again, Cam Taylor-Britt, and then Alontae Taylor are probably like the three main guys. I would still check on Reek Woolen.
I would too.
I do think he would be another. I think he'd be a good scheme fit as well, and he could bounce back with us. You got to do something by Tuesday, but like you said, they don't do anything. I'm gonna have questions because other teams are going to get better, and you are going to fall. This is an arms race, and why would I care about a pick that's going to take 2 to 3 years to develop when I'm ready to compete for a Super Bowl now? The window is now.
Yeah, they opened the window with a Micah trade and then have seemingly been... The analogy I would use is they've opened the window in the middle of fall and it's slowly getting colder, but they haven't yet put the furnace on.
Yeah. That's really good. That is really good. It is time to throw some wood into the furnace and get that thing cranking.
Mm-hmm.
Go give up a fourth. Go give up a third.
Hell, even future picks. It's
Yeah. Who cares? Like, go dump JJ Enigbare for Cam Taylor-Britt. Like, if they got 2 corners, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I would literally be fine if they went out and got rid of JJ Enigbare for Cam Taylor-Britt and then traded Keyshawn Nixon and a third for Alante Taylor or something like that. You know, like
Also,
get 2 guys. Go get a defensive lineman too, please.
like, yes, the 2027 draft class is going to be amazing at like the top of it, but I don't know the depth and where we would be picking for the position groups we need, how good it actually will be. So, like, you have wiggle room to trade future picks.
Yeah,
I think you should. So,
I mean, you're probably picking. Ideally, you'd want to pick at 32. And if I'm playing to pick 32, I will give up whatever future picks. I don't care because you're such a young team too, as well. You have a lot of young guys under contract for the next 3 to 4 years right now. 2 to 4 years, I'd say. So you're fine. Like it's literally not gonna hurt you to give up some of these future picks. And you can probably get a couple picks here and there back by letting guys like you should get a recovery pick for letting Romeo Dobbs walk in the offseason. So I do think they have a lot to play with. It's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, we're praying for the best for Tucker Kraft, expecting the worst.
yeah.
Got to do something here. Got to get over the hump. Like I know that we're 5-2-1, right? That's right. Feels like we're like worse than that, but we are 5-2-1. We've dropped games to 2 teams that are not good football teams right now, and you've beat some good football team too as well.
You've beaten some great teams.
Yeah, very very inconsistent Packers team,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, and it's easy to be harder on teams you're the fan of.
That's true.
The Lions lost on Sunday.
You want to know something funny?
What's funny? Yeah,
By
go.
the transitive property, the Carolina Panthers are the best team in the NFL.
I mean, technically,
So
because we beat the Steelers, who beat the Colts.
who just beat the Colts, who are the best team, and then so that means Carolina they're the best.
Yeah, that is technically. So we lost. So that should make everybody feel better.
We lost to the best team in the league.
Well, burn the tape. Eagles Monday Night Football. We'll talk about that Friday, and hopefully we're going to talk about some new additions to the Green Bay Packers here. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, me too.
Or some de-additions, takeaways, I guess, if some players get traded. That is all, folks. Until next time.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, go Pack Go!